From the hills of eastern Kentucky to a remote village in Zambia, Africa, Lonnie and Fran Turner have lived an extraordinary life of service. But they are always quick to point out that this isn't a story about them, but rather the children who live in Munyanya village. In over 40 years, they have forged partnerships with many churches and nonprofit organizations to help improve health care and education for the children in Zambia.
They knew coming out of Harlan County that education was key to getting people out of that. And that's where their life work's been.
Their most recent project consisted of filling a 40-foot-long container full of supplies and shipping it over 8,000 miles away to the remote African village.
So about 2 years ago, Lonnie got the great vision of getting together a shipping container to ship some books. He thought about getting one, buying it, taking it over, and making it into a classroom and a library.
And we made several trips to Louisville to Container Port, and that's where we bought it. We looked at all those containers out there. They were stacked, 10 high? Or, yeah, and decided on this one.
And this isn't just a small container, it's the biggest container you could get. And to have it almost full is amazing.
It will be shipped across the ocean, and the end point for this container will be Munyanya Village on the banks of the Zambezi River, 1 hour up from Victoria Falls. And there we will unload the supplies. They will be used to empower the local people, and the container will remain there and become a schoolroom and a library.
After many months of hard work, the fully loaded container started its journey from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, towards Munyanya Village. The container traveled via tractor-trailer to New York, and then by cargo ship to Walvis Bay, Namibia, and then by truck through Kazungula, Zambia, and finally to Munyanya Village.
And in that container is hope for so many children and families in that community. Veterinary supplies, building supplies, you name it, it's in there. We have 3 John boats that have been given. And with those, we hope to start a medical mission with Dr. Scott Christie, with a retired nurse in the village, going to the islands out in the middle of the Zambezi River. So that's what this is about.
In the middle of the night, Saturday, September 14th, 2019, the container finally arrived in Munyanya. People came out of their huts and children waited up past their bedtimes to greet the container as it arrived. The next morning, the container was unloaded as Zambian customs officials inspected its contents. This monumental task was achieved due to the hard work of many people, both in the United States and Zambia, to ensure its success. Its contents will help improve the lives of many children in the village.
Once it gets there, this is like gold and diamonds for these people, because in that is education, in that is access to food, in that is building, in that is everything to build a community.
The needs are great. How do you make a difference? And you do it the way Lonnie and Fran do it. You do it with one life at a time. You do it with one treadle pump at a time, whether it's an outhouse or whatever it is. That's how you make a difference, one little bit at a time, and we're pleased to be part of that.
Let's think about we're doing this for the children, and what you do for the least of these, Jesus said you're doing it to me.
Lonnie mentioned Open Door, and that's what they've been for people over there for over 40 years. And you all know the Matthew 25 passage, I'm sure, providing food, shelter, clothing. You see all these pictures around you. They've done it. For over 40 years, they've done it.
But this story and the work of Lonnie and Fran and Partners in Development doesn't stop with the delivery of the container. It continues on, helping one person, one child, changing one life at a time.
So don't forget our children, because they come every morning for biscuits because they don't have food at home. They come every afternoon to be in recreation because there's nothing in the village where they're staying. So I will always be in Zambia.
For more information about Partners in Development, please visit their website at www.partnersindevelopment.org. To make a tax-deductible contribution, please send your check to Partners in Development. Attention Mr. Greg Tolson, 252 North 1st Street, Hampton, Virginia, 23664. Thank you for watching.